Ray Binkowski, author of the books Get Fit and Live Healthy and Eat by Color, sitting in FitWorks Hybrid Training Gym in DeKalb, Illinois. We've had a couple questions for our trainers this last week, over the weekend, from clients, former clients, and members of our club here at FitWorks. We thought we'd do a video on stupid fitness and weight loss trends that won't die but really need to. First one, waist trainers. So all the corsets out there with the boning, you tie it tight, it's going to make your midsections do this. It's going to give you curves, it's going to give you that hourglass figure. The first time I had a client ask me if she needed to do that, I seriously thought she was joking. I'm like, you want a what? Yeah, I've been doing a waist trainer. My other trainer had me doing waist training. I'm like, you mean like the medieval stuff, like a corset? She said, yeah. I said, no, you don't need to do that at all. And if you're watching this video, you don't either. You don't need a waist trainer. What do you need to do? You need to eat right, solid, long-term, lifelong lifestyle approach to nutrition that doesn't involve restrictions, doesn't involve counting points, calories, and some of you aren't going to like this, or macros. It needs to be something you can do indefinitely. You don't need a waist trainer, okay? Leave all the Kim Kardashian garbage in TV land and in the tabloids. You don't need to wear a corset or a waist trainer. Next thing, vegetarians. Had this conversation. This was one that I fielded over the weekend. And actually, again, this morning here at FitWorks, had a conversation about being vegetarians not necessarily healthy. And everybody says, oh, but she lost so much weight. Right, and she could be a skinnier, fatter, higher body fat percentage of her former self. Vegetarianism does not equal healthier. And I know there's some of the fanatics out there that, like a Jedi Knight, are going to defend that till the grave. It's simply not true. But if you insist, we believe it's one of the stupid trends that needs to die, but if you insist, make sure you get all 8 essential amino acids. And by the way, you're not going to get them from soy products. So seek out a quality amino acid supplement that's going to provide the 8 essential aminos. Try and incorporate whole eggs. Don't throw the yolk out. You need to get all of the essential aminos. The only way to do that with an egg is keep the yolk. Make sure you're getting plenty of B vitamins, naturally occurring heme iron, and zinc, all of which often, if you're not eating any red meat, you're going to be completely void or deficient in. Makes a huge difference in a number of things, from energy levels to, if you live in the Midwest, the North, the Northwest, the Northeast, tingly, cold fingertips and feet. You want to make sure you're getting the B vitamins, iron and zinc. They play a role in red blood cell formation. Oftentimes we see people that are deficient in those vitamins and minerals, the cold feet and hands. Next thing, stupid trends, fitness, weight loss that won't die, that should. Lifting slow. Tim got this from a client over the weekend. Well, I heard that you're supposed to lift fast and lower slow. So work against the weight very quickly and then resist it very slowly. Well, the idea is, and it's true from a theoretical standpoint, that eccentric phase, like if you're lowering the weight, is going to cause more damage to the muscle. You're going to be a lot more sore. So on paper, on the surface, it looks like you're going to get a better benefit. But that does not make sense, because then you're not going to be focusing on the concentric phase in a way that's going to produce maximum results in maximum amount of time. Very seldom would we ever, outside of maybe in a preventative injury standpoint or a specific joint concern standpoint, we actually did this with an individual that had recurring patellar tendonitis. If you're not that person, you should be 1 to 2 seconds up, 1 to 2 seconds down. It's going to be the best of all worlds. It's going to help you realize your gains, shortest amount of time possible. The whole super slow 10 seconds up, 10 seconds down is super stupid. Don't need to do it. On to the next trend, multi-level marketing. Buy for me, then you get somebody to buy, get somebody to buy, get somebody to buy. I don't fault the people for the entrepreneurial spirit. I don't fault the idea that that could be a good business model. But without getting into all the specifics, a lot of the products are junk. And the people that stick with that industry, you'll often find that they jump and they bring their downstreams, both legs of their tree and all their branches, with them from one brand or product from one to the next and the next and the next. So don't need it. The last one, running for fat loss. I don't know how many times we got to beat this dead horse. Running is an inferior way, as is cardio as a whole, to lose body fat and keep it off. And if you're sitting out there saying, no, you don't understand, I do understand. I was 230 some pounds. Today I'm a $170. I lost 6 inches off my waist, kept it off for over 15 years. I'm telling you, you don't need all the cardio you think. Making that worse is if you're watching this and you're sitting there and you're in your late 20s to mid 30s and you're an avid runner and you're pounding the miles out day in and day out without rest, not making an investment in some weight training, not making sure that you're maintaining balance about your joints, especially the knees, hips, and lower back, you're setting yourself up to be in your late 40s to mid 50s and have chronic joint issue. Whether it's knee problems, hip problems, low back problems, or all three. And you're also setting yourself up to being told by an orthopedic surgeon, you're actually a candidate for a knee replacement, but you're not old enough, so let's wait and put it off. Meanwhile, you can't do any of your daily activities and your quality of life suffers. There's a much better way. I'm not saying, hey, if you want to do 5Ks, 10Ks, halves, and the occasional full marathon, get after it, but don't run and only run day in and day out, or you're going to set yourself up for long-term pain and suffering and probably chronic joint problems. The other thing is, if you're trying to use that for a tool for weight loss, again, we had a girl here, 7 days a week, tons of cardio, lost 4 pounds in 6 months. 6 months, 3 days a week for an hour, she lost almost 70 pounds. And she wasn't doing cardio. It all comes down to what you make in the kitchen, what you put in your mouth. Ray Binkowski, author of the book Eat by Color, Get Fit and Live Healthy, owner of the hybrid training gym FitWorks in DeKalb, Illinois.